Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another session, live trading session with myself. My name is Coach Igor, and I am joined here by with Scott. Scott, let's do a quick sound check. Make sure that everybody can hear us. Hello, everybody.
Sound check 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me too.
Yeah,
Good
sounds
morning,
good.
good afternoon.
Yeah, sounds good. My end. I'm just going to say a quick hello to some people in the chat. We have Sergio, Pascal, Boyd, Patrick, Polar Beer, Mian, CV Ner, Pavlin, Phil, Jet Juices, Ugo, Severin is in the house. Hello, my friend. James, Rick, Silent, Enduro, Vito, Boyd. Yes, hello everybody. Let's go. Just before we obviously start, just make sure you pause and read the legal trade disclaimer. Everything we cover here today is for educational purposes only. We will be live trading the NQ, ES, also BTC if we see some trades. I'm currently on a quick scalp long from the range low here between the 25s and 27s I got in, and I would like to see those 60s up there, so I'm just going to start trailing my stop up. This is just a quick long on NQ. I just feel like we're still unfinished on the upside, so I'm going to trail this higher as we start here so I can focus on the stream, but that's just a quick scalp there from the get-go. But yeah, I hope you're all really, really well. And yeah, we've got some special announcements here. So I'm going to pass it over to Scott, who's going to fill you in on what's coming up on this session. Scott.
Yes, absolutely. And if you wanted to share my screen really quickly, I've got a few things. Things going on, and I hope that you all are doing well. and it's wonderful to see all of you here today. We do have a special guest joining us later today. Some of you may know him, some of you may not. His name is James C. James is an excellent trader and a wonderful member of our community, someone who really shines through the crowd as a big supporter, always tweeting us, always commenting, always liking, always loving what we're doing, and just being overall a great supporter and great friend after meeting him in Dubai. It was our pleasure. So we'll be having him on here in just a little bit, maybe about an hour and a half after we get some trading in, after we see the beginning of the New York session. And then other than that, tomorrow, going to be having our next giveaway. And that is all you have to do is go over to TikTok, follow us on TikTok, leave a comment on this post here, the giveaway post, and then we will be able to pick randomly one person to win a free Chart Champions membership. So with that said, that's pretty much all of our announcements for today. We do have a few other things coming, but we'll leave those till the end. We'll make some more announcements then. Just as a quick reminder, we do have an exclusive Black Friday sale coming on. The only time we ever do a sale throughout the year. We may not even do this one again, so I would highly recommend at least checking it out. Or if not pulling the trigger, because the amazing value that you're going to get here at Chart Champions honestly can't be overstated. So that is the couple of announcements for today. We will later this week also be having some additional guests. We're going to be doing a meme contest as well. I've seen a lot of you already participating in the meme contest. So we're going to gather all of those memes up together and potentially sit down as a group, look over those, and vote a winner together as a team. So pretty exciting stuff coming up. This will be our last week live on YouTube for the Black Friday events. And so just wanted to say that it's been a pleasure to be here with you all. And I sincerely look forward to seeing some of you in the community. If we come back out here on YouTube for some more live streams. So without further ado, I think we could probably get over into the trading aspect of things.
Yes, NQ just breaking that 45s now, so into the 50s. So I'm going to, target is 60, so I'm just going to trail down to 45s now on this little quick trade. And I'll talk about this a little bit more in detail. But you can see like price comes up here, makes like a nice run to the highs around, the 50s, just stalls there for a bit, comes down, and then I got in once price came back inside. So still target those sixes just to run those stops up there. So let's see if we can get that here on stream, and then we'll look for another trade. But yeah, I can see some liquidity building there on the 60. So at the moment we're locking around 340. Don't want to choke this too much because it's been a little bit slow going up. But here we come. Here's the 55s. I might just lock a further. There you go. So now another $100 locked. Let's just see if we can get through. There you go. There's the 57. So we can now just make sure that we can lock the third. And that's a good way to start, actually. And there was just a nice pullback down there. So there's 60s. That was target. So at this point, I really want to move this up to 55s. See if the price will bite here. Okay, I'll use 65 now as a stop. 55.50. Let's see. I'm trying to box in as much as I can now. So we could lock 600, but in my years of experience, sometimes this can run a little bit further, like into the 70s, and you end up like walking away, let's say sometimes with less 100, but more often than not you end up walking away a little bit more. So let's see if that 55 will hold, and we can head to 70s, and then we'll just trail it up again. And if it breaks above those 60 61s, I'll move slightly higher again. There you go. So it's broken, so we now have full profits locked regardless. So we're taking the 600, and if it does go to 65 and 70s, we'll lock a little bit more, and that's what I was explaining literally as we open this up. So let's see, keeping an eye here on the left on that TPO chart. We're going past the value now, so this is a good place to start, potentially like really maximizing this profits. But yeah, I'm happy with 65 here. Let's see if we get to the 65s, and I'm going to zoom in. A lot of people probably can't quite see it very well, but let me know in the chat if you can see it. This is Quant Tower. This is what I use for trading. So on the right you've got the DOM. On the middle point here you've got something similar to Bookmap, which is called DSF, DOM surface. And there you go, we got stopped out there on that last lot. And on the left here, we have TPO. So yeah, that was that trade. Let's see now. Let's see what the market gives us. I'm going to go over to my main screen over on this side, which is trading view. And this is what I was looking at the moment. So we've come up into value on the ES. This is my trade plan for the day. So we've got value still higher regardless of yesterday's. So we had a gap to the upside. We filled the gap to the downside. And this morning's session has just been like, since the claim on VWAP, it's been higher highs and higher lows. So hence that trade there on the NQ. But yeah, we're coming to this overhead resistance now, and that was my first kind of like resistance around these 21s there. So let's see if we can tap into the open of yesterday, which was around 27. So that's going to be the next big resistance there. But yeah, so I've got a few targets there. We've got some alerts set. Obviously settlement down there and VWAP and the point of control of this range will be quite some nice support. So I might as well set a quick new alert here because I did this early this morning. So let's go 0650. Let's just set a quick alert here. What about you, Scott? Are you looking to take any nice trades today?
I am. I'm here. I'm flat. I actually had a setup that I did. So I do my daily trading plan every single, well, 4 days a week, basically, because I'm not trading a bunch. I'm not trading a whole lot on Mondays, but every other day of the week, I'm putting out a little trading narrative, a little something, a couple paragraphs of my thoughts on the market, and then a few bullet points on just where I think that the market's heading tomorrow. And last night actually got one of my trades playing out perfectly. So that was the SFP of the previous day low on ES and NQ. Both assets actually got a beautiful, beautiful run of the previous day's low with a move back up to the local highs. And now we're starting to take some highs even further. And so my target for this is the previous day high, honestly. So 60.40 on ES and 21.081 on NQ. Now, that being said, we have had a little bit of a one-directional move in the overnight session, and we all know that New York likes to sometimes come in and invalidate those trades. They like to take out the overnight session before continuing business. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a pullback here, or wouldn't be surprised to see continuation. So absolutely looking at some good trades. My eyes are drawing higher a little bit up into the previous day's highs because the previous day's low is already complete. If one, then two. Yep. We could assume that's a little trade setup that we use over at Chart Champions. And then, honestly, my plan for this week, since it's the last week of the month, since it's a holiday week, is to trade light and tight, to be smart and sharp. So just trading one contract, one mini on ES and NQ, not looking to take any big risks at all, just looking to keep it really, really, really good this week and lock in those profits for the month. So yeah, how about yourself? How about you?
Yeah, I like that. I like that you do your plans like that. I also really can't stress enough the importance of having a daily plan. Even if it's just a few scribbles on a notepad or whatever, rocks your boat, it's always nice to mark them levels and at least just write a bit of context of what's going on, like we do for BTC, ES, NQ, because it's really, really important. For example, here BTC, I mean, if you're part of the champions, for example, Daniel has been short, absolute legend. You can see the SFP, and I mean, look at the CME, so perfect, takes the high, comes back down. To be fair, I've not shorted any of this, because I still feel like, it is nice. It's a great short, especially the gap fill. Like in hindsight, looking back, that daily high yesterday there was absolutely incredible. It filled a gap and then obviously just gave up. But there's quite a lot of aggressive shorting going on here still. So we still have 1 week left for the end of the month. And then obviously we'll go into December. So it's going to be really interesting. So you can see here, we've lost that balance. We've broken the trend line. We are now below. So this to me, and this is why I didn't short the high, because I've been successfully in nice long trades on BTC. But this is the first sign of weakness. Okay. The first. So for me, I'd rather be a little bit later than too early, because you could have shorted here, got wrecked, shorted here, got wrecked, shorted here, got wrecked. So for me, it's very much like, give me something, and now I have something. So today, RTH will be very important. I want to see where we're going to open. I want to see if we can go back inside the gap low. I want to see where value is going to be built. And with that, then we can make even a better informed decision, because like I said, we still have enough time till the end of the week for that nice monthly range. But yeah, going back to your thing there, yeah, a daily plan is always really important. And there you go, you can see daily one time framing down now compared to weekly and monthly. And like I said here, I'm very cautious about the higher time frame on the weekly and on the monthly, which is still up. So the 95k RTH gap is now being filled. And the session closed below. You can see that the session has indeed closed below. So it is the first sort of like sign of weakness. And I'm just going to pop the candles and then zoom out a little bit. I'm just going to hide those things there. We don't need that. Just for you to see the magnitude. So previous all-time high, break with a massive gap, and we're just kind of holding this very inclined move from 80, call it 80,000 all the way up to 100k on the CME. We tapped it. So first time coming back down, filling a gap. So let's see now. Do we go back inside and start building value higher? If so, then we could potentially have a little swing low and potentially even go and finish businesses above. If we fail this, then we have an absolute really nice turnaround trend, and we can then entertain lower lows and lower highs until we find some support, which will probably come down around that 85k level, which is a little bit much below. Okay, so that would sit around down here. So that would be the real nice support. So until then, yeah, plenty of time on this market to engage in longs and shorts. So yeah, and today we'll try and find a nice trade here. We are still building lower lows and lower highs. I'm going to move this overnight low slightly lower now, down to 92,555. But you can see this previous untested value coming in at 92k. So we've got an alert there. Let's see if we can get that on stream. Yeah, looking good.
You know that Bitcoin loves to essentially fake out and shake out as many people as it can. So if this is truly the move down, if 99.9k was the top for the cycle, we will get a retest at some point. We will have people believing that it's going to go over 100k. There will be massive buys into resistance, and that will be the time that we can jam this market short. But until then, right now, to me, this is just a little bit of a correction in an overall bullish environment. That being said, I think a lot hinges on what goes on with these indexes over the next couple of weeks and months as we go into the end of the year. And one of the things I was talking about last week was that as we come into this holiday season, typically, with some certainty, the markets are traditionally rather bullish because people are feeling good, people are going to their families, people are buying gifts, people have to pay their bills. So everybody's wanting to participate in this market. So I would feel that the market will end the year on a bullish note, including Bitcoin. But that being said, certainly things are happening geopolitically in wars and all over the world that could impact that negatively. So we have to kind of roll with the punches. We can't take any guesses here. We have to make educated decisions and always use the best risk management. So exciting times in the market, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like just even zooming out, I mean, look, if you are trading this market on a higher time frame, such as myself and a few other champions and stuff, during the lower time frames, it is absolutely, it's not mandatory, but it should be priority to obviously take more longs than shorts, because this market, when you zoom out, is clearly on a really nice uptrend. Okay. However, there are shorts to be taken. I mean, we take shorts. I have not, to be completely transparent. I have not, because longs pay. But when you zoom out to, let's say, a weekly chart, you really have to look at this like this. The weekly, it is bearish. Okay. We started today's Tuesday. We opened the week and we've come all the way back down to, I would say, 75% of the previous week, but we have not taken the low. Until we take that low and change this weekly sentiment and order flow to down, in other words, daily will be down, weekly will be down, then we can say, wow, okay, this market is really now going to start to pull back, because we're shifting from going higher highs and higher lows to lower lows and lower highs. But yeah, so when you zoom out, do pay attention to the higher time frames. Don't get caught in the FOMO and the fear of missing out, etc. So overall, it's still a nice move. It would be nice to see Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, and we still have a run above 100k. I would like to see that. It's still very probable because of the higher time frame order flow. And let's not forget one thing: we have got quite nice follow through. That's 1, 2, and 3 weeks, but we have spent not 1, 2, and 3 weeks going sideways. We have spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see what I'm going with this. So naturally, when you spend such a big range, this is a weekly chart, you have to expect some nice follow through. So to reject here now would be a little bit like, okay, well, fair enough. We're going back down to the range low, which can happen. But overall, I would say not creating any FOMO, give me a break in the weekly and monthly, then I'll say, all right, well, let's go and retest that nice range that we've just left on there for, God knows however long. Let's go and retest that. But until then, this chart is still very much nice. And typically you want to see a nice retracement, especially in a week open, down to, let's say, like 70%, 618, and there you go. We're at that 786. So this is the actual 786 from previous week. If I put the standard, there you go, 786. So it's kind of support down here. So I wouldn't say, hey, go on, short this market, bells and whistles or whatever, because it's not the best place to be shorting right now. This is where traders start to think, okay, we've had a nice, from the all-time high down to where we are, we've had a nice, let's have a look, 8%, we could actually get 10%, which would bring us even before we break the week low. So 10% is okay. So let's see, but it is starting to look a little bit bearish, but not quite there yet, in my books, that is.
We will be on this Wednesday having a coaches roundtable. Now, one of the things we'll be talking about is markets that are in a euphoric environment, almost like we're in now, where the meme coins start going and the Bitcoin's hitting all-time highs and Ethereum starts to run, and just how you sort of can psychologically adjust and prepare and work through that to be most profitable. So if you're interested in that type of thing, join us tomorrow on the roundtable. It'll be a little different. Won't be any live trading. It'll just be us and the coach. It'll just be myself, the coaches, talking through this, having a conversation about how they're thinking about these things on a high time frame perspective, how they're thinking about altcoin cycles and the Bitcoin cycle and everything from a high time frame perspective, based on the amazing price action we've had over the last couple of months. So yeah, feel free to join us there.
Perfect. All right, we did see NQ going through that level there. So went through the 60s and we got yet another round up to the 90s. I can see 21k already again, and I'm like, will we get there? But at this point, I'm just gonna sit out a little bit, wait another 10 minutes for the market open. If I see a trade here, I'll take it. And we can take a look at gold, crude if needs be. So just let me know. Even peanut. I mean, it was quite fun. Have you seen my chart on peanuts? Well,
I haven't yet. No.
Everybody's talking about meme coins, but basically, someone I think someone asked or something, and we talked about it. And I just basically did this. I left a few peanuts down here on this line, and this was. When was this? A couple of days ago or 3. I can't remember. But I've left this trend line here, which was the floor when you use a line chart. You can see floor, tried to lose it, and then came back above. Again, the same thing, broke the highs. But look, it was just the rejection. So I left these little peanuts down here because that's the only consolidation. And I think this is just visible when you obviously zoom in a little bit, but that's the only consolidation from the break. So coming back all the way down to 45 cents would be pretty much really bearish in my opinion. It's a meme coin, anything can happen. However, this is the only consolidation we had. So it's around that 80 to 90, so at 10 cents. So that's what I did. I left a little trail here of peanuts to see if it magnetizes price coming down into it, and it's trying. So yeah, let's see what happens there.
That's great.
But it's nice to see these meme coins. Obviously, with Bitcoin having a little pause, often these meme coins can start to run, and Ethereum as well. So yeah, let's keep an eye on those. If you guys see in the chat something that is quite funny or a meme coin that jumps out, do let us know. We're happy to take a look in between. But yeah, obviously the main purpose of the stream is to bring you all awareness and also to get nice trades in. So yeah, we'll look at that. Let's take a look at gold very quickly.
And I was gonna say, just gonna say, we've had a few people ask if you can check out gold, so I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, so we're on gold now. So we have had that nice retracement down. So we've taken the high, so 2718. Okay, now we've shifted to the downside, but don't forget, so we came back inside. And I remember talking about this because we were looking at that sequential. But yeah, I digress on that. Let's see. I mean, low, yeah, it's a little bit annoying that we've taken this because it's very much like we're coming down. We are at support now. Let me just pull a fib here. Oops, wrong. Let's put a little fib here to see where we are. So we're bouncing from the 618, but I'm not interested on that. I'm interested more in this. So we do have a bit more room to the downside. Let's encapsulate all of this range here and go raw tick. Okay, so we are at the point of control. So we are bouncing from a nice place as well. So we don't necessarily need to go all the way down, but it would be nice to go and clean the lows on there. So I'm going to load up also the gold futures on TBO, and we are going to go and take a look over there.
That's great. Getting a little break on NQ here.
Yeah, oh, we are. Okay, I'll keep an eye there.
Yeah, just a little.
See, nice take profit up there.
Perfect.
Okay, we do have a weak low. Look at that. So this is very weak. We got a nice high into value rejected. So yeah, this could give us a nice little trade down to, might be quite a bit ambitious down there. Let me take a look at this chart. Okay, above VWAP. Yeah, so if we can lose VWAP, I'll aim for the lows. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Before we get New York started here in about 5 minutes, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and I will be right back.
Okay, good stuff. Let me set an alert here on gold. This is nice though, this kind of like swing low here. I like that. But let's see if we can get a move back up to, okay, we're at the 50%. Let's see if we can get at least a little bit higher. So 37's into 40. So I'm going to set my alert around 37.50. See if we can get up there. And then that would give us a trade down to range low, which is 2,600. Because overall we are still making, and I'm just going to clean everything, and I'm going to go to a 15-minute. Overall, we're still making lower low, lower high potentially, so that would be nice to go and take that low once more. We've cleaned this here, so this is clean, that high. So if we can just move a little bit higher, potentially get into a short trade, move it down. But obviously, as always, I will be monitoring that. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I've just got a message here that I need to read. Okay, let's take a look at NQ. Coming all the way back down to the bottom of the range. Let us know in a chat how you guys are doing today. Are you in any trades? How's your trading week started so far. We've got about 3 minutes to market open. Just scanning everything here, making sure I've got everything ready to go. We had quite a massive order yesterday on ES. So around that 6,010 to 12, we had a lot of sales down here. So let's see when price gets down to there. If it does get there, let's see how it's going to play out. Nice little downtrend now. I've taken 2 scalp shorts on BTC. Thompson, short yes, waiting for open. More red than green today. How is the BTC order flow looks? We can take a quick look. Let's take a look. Let me just let this load because I was on gold. Short from 60, 24. 24 is nice. Nice. You caught the high there. Well done. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice trade to be taken down to these lows here at 17s. So that's nice. You're just about to take them. So nice. Lock it. Doing great. Longs closed on USDT and nice Captain Bitcoin. There's quite a lot of traders here for the crypto side as well. Off Severin's level. Severin is a legend. I'm sure he's around somewhere. Might have a visit today. Maybe. Might pay us a visit. 1 minute, 38 seconds to the bell to open.
Right, ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Order flow on BTC. I mean, one thing to point out is that open interest, it is higher now than it was when we were at 99.9, call it. We were on open interest at 1.32 at the all-time high. Price is now 7% lower and we are at 1.4 open interest. So there is, okay, a lot of shorts in this market. I'm going to refresh this. There are a lot of shorts open in this market. And when this gets too short, the market will squeeze them up. That's just how it works, but you know, we've seen it many times, and you can see that was all yesterday. We can see opening CVD went from zero line all the way down to minus 214 million by session end of play. So we have a lot of shorts from yesterday still open, and this morning it's a little bit mixed. So, but still flirting with the 90s. So there's still quite a lot of shorts down here. And it's all new shorts because that's when it came in. So from the drop from about 97 all the way down to 93. So that 5K range, it's all shorts. All of it. Shorts. Well, not all of it, but majority. There you go. 3 seconds left. Let's keep an eye on the markets to open.
Hey, New York's open.
There we go. Keep an eye on BTC as well. NQ with a move back up. I'm going to change my tick size here for the ES to tick 2 and on NQ tick 10 because I'm on a high tick. Let's go.
Okay. Move up here to start. We're at resistance though, being at the daily value area high.
Okay, we're really far away from VWAP. We opened quite outside yesterday's value, so it'd be nice to get a little correction down to at least 15. So we are currently trading at 18. 15 sits around $200 away. Let's see if we get a little pullback down to there. For that, we would have to get in gear potentially around the 20s. 21 would be nice. Did we reach 21? Yeah, we already tapped it.
Just tapped it, and it was right on the, well, we got close, but it was right on the 50 SMA on the 5-minute time frame. Very nice level.
Yeah, we've got levels.
Essentially going to overnight high first, maybe.
Yeah, which sits a little bit higher, 25s. Let's see.
Cool.
And then we have yesterday's open, so right at 27. So market open with that little quick move up. Will it get there now? Gonna select this. Looking. BTC going back into support. So it's still flirting with that support level. That 91,700 is support. God, I'd love to see a squeeze today. Stop all those shorts. And
yeah, maybe just one more push down and then a nice squeeze.
Yeah, I'm not short on BTC. Just don't feel like it yet. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're heading to that 21K, isn't it?
That's where the big liquidity is sitting, right there at 21. So see if they reach there. It's been a big resistance spot, and 20,900s have been huge resistance. Yesterday got slammed down, Friday got slammed down. So see if they can make it today.
Yeah. Just gonna try and see all the screens there. There you go. Can see you there. That way you're here with me. People can see you as well.
Oh, lovely.
And they're on top. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. All right, so looking, so we are not coming down yet. So bouncing there from the yesterday's midpoint on NQ. Yeah, I would like to see BTC with a move. It would be nice to clean that 750 down to 250 potentially. But if we can start turning around here, we could then start changing the structure. Okay, overnight high taken now on NQ, not on ES. ES is just a little smidged away from it. Let's keep an eye. More ready here, ready there too. Yeah, we're very close to that 21. That makes you wonder that they might want to take it there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm being a little cautious here. Still in that New York Open frenzy right now. Only 3 minutes in.
So 21 will be support now because it's the value high, the untested from earlier, which we just tapped it. So I might pull a quick long here. Oh, horrible fill there. But that's okay. I'm just going to move this to that. Let's see if we can get above the overnight high. I don't like the 1 minute candle. Doesn't look very complete. But that would take us to 25, 26. So that would be nice. See if they can push up there. I'm going to use the low or the move as a stop. So this is a 1-to-1 just to get it. You can see NQ is struggling a little bit with the 90s. ES, the 1 minute candle looks a bit ugly at 23. BTC coming back up into VWAP. I would have liked to see the value high from yesterday kind of tapped again. So I'm not very sort of like 50-50 on this long. But yeah, that 1 minute candle, I don't like it. I'm gonna try and go 1 minute on the other screen so I can show you what I see here. Quite a few orders coming in.
Yeah, NQ trying to push up to that 21.
Yeah, I can see
getting a little bit of a rejection.
Yeah, it's a bit sticky. Come on, push it. Push.
Push.
Real good.
And we've got the Apple stock moving higher, Microsoft moving higher. Nvidia is taking a nice little dip, but pushing higher. Google doing the same.
I'm just trailing higher. Yeah, overnight high tapped.
And you're along ES, right?
Yeah, just one lot. Yeah, just to kind of start. Perfect. There you go. Because we've taken the high, and I would like to see that value area high tapped from yesterday, at least retested during RTH. We have now taken, so I'm going to see how this 1 minute candle closes. If we can close back above this open here, I will take a quick short scalp. Nope, we closed above the open, but below the overnight high. So let's see if we can get a little rejection here, and I would look for that low of the move there. So that will give us around $350, and it's just a back test of the value high, which sits down there around 16.15. There you go. I'm going to take this short, and I'm going to put my stop just above it.
already got a nice break here, so I think that's
Oh,
perfect.
really? Ah, okay.
Yep,
That
just a
was
little bit,
that was
just
a
a
better
little
trade
ahead.
then. Yeah.
Just as soon as you said it, actually.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Um, Gonna give a bit of room just in case market wants to go there. The volume was quite high up there though. But yeah, look, you can see here. So we closed the candle though. We closed above the open, so it's always kind of premature. But we did close below the overnight high, so it's again another 50-50. So let's see if price does indeed reject here. But it's looking like it wants to go to yesterday's open. Let's have a look. Come on. This 1 minute candle also looks a bit ugly. God, they all look ugly this morning. No real, what's the word? Confidence. So momentum is
Yes, I
slow,
hear you.
or tempo. Just zoom in here too. Yeah, that open at 27 would be nice. It looks like I might flatten my trade. There you go. I'm going to flatten this while we're at $75. So I'm just going to move this down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Just because I don't like what I see here.
Cool. I did take
See,
one long on NQ from the retest of the New York VWAP, and my target is 20,100, and I
100
am
just
almost
above it.
there now. Sorry, 20,999. So just below it, just
Just
one
below,
front,
yeah.
and there we go, and I'm out. That was a quick trade.
Beautiful.
Wow. And just put 450 on my 475 on the books.
Nice.
Amazing. You see how quick that could be, folks. It really is during this New York Open, a bit of a frenzy. But if you see that liquidity on there and then we just barely miss it, that is a huge indicator that we might move back to that level. So
Yeah. No, good trade there. Nice long
thank you.
takeout. Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. Okay, so we've taken it out at exactly 20,000. 21, I mean.
Now, so now it'll be interesting. Do they want to keep pushing it here, or are they ready to move lower?
I'm trailing the
Interesting to see.
stop on that ES. I'm basically back at entry now, so it was not the best fill, but I'm still kind of thinking that we could get that rotation back below to those 17s, 15s. So I'm just going to see if we can drop here. Just looking. Basically, it would be a retest of the lows down here. That would be nice. Just there. I'm going to put some candles here because I know sometimes you guys can't see it quite well. But yeah, you can see the liquidity is not the best there. 5 minutes. There you go. There's the move down. Here's the level coming in, 17. Because my fill was not the best on the way up, I'm going to move my stop to 23. So that will give us just $50. And that's what I've been doing since the high.
Okay, beautiful. This method serves you very, very, very well. Knowing where to place your stops, using the right stop, it's essential during this type of
Yeah.
trading.
No, thank you. Because at this point, it's very much like, okay, we are tempted to get out of the 25s, rejected, come back below. That's why I took the short. We did see it come all the way back up to the 24s again, but unable to take the 25s, and then broke that range low, which was 22, call it 22.50. So coming back above that 23, you want to be out of this trade, and it's not working. And target, you definitely want to see if you can get at least that 17, which is yesterday's value high. So if you can retest value high and then obviously stick there and hold there, then good, we can have another rotation back up to the highs and value is starting to build higher. Great, nothing wrong with that. So yeah, let's be patient and wait. I do notice now that this level right here, 19, is the 200 SMA simple moving average on the 1 minute. So we might see this go up to 21s before it drops. So let's see. Hopefully not, but typically it likes to do that. So go up to 21, 22, which is our entry, and then come back down and you might see it happen here live.
And I see something really cool that you've added to your TPO chart. Is that a candle on the left-hand side of profile there
It's the
next to
daily
the A.
candle, yeah. You know
Oh, that
what?
is cool, man.
I
I
want it
like
to
that.
be a bar because Atas said they gave us a bar on Atas, and I like the bar so much. And for those of you watching, and Scott just asked a question. So here on the left wall, right now, there's nothing because we're at the open. So there you go. You can see the red now. I like to see the candle here. So this is a red candle now. So below the session, I like that. There you go. 17 is hit. There you go. So now I can move my stop all the way down to there, and that's another 200 locked. But let's see if it holds first. Before I hold, so I'm still holding that stop loss. Before I do anything, I'm going to see if it's got any sort of momentum to the downside. Just hold that. Value area high. There you go. So hit now. Looking on the left there. And I'm going to drop my stop loss. So here's the retest from yesterday's value. Okay, so we're locking there another 260. If we want to be very greedy. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So that's nice.
Perfect.
There.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, so what I was saying is the bar. So I like to see the bar because the bar is just, I don't know, it's just so much nicer. You can see the close. Like earlier when we were looking for the confirmation, we were looking for that 1 minute. You can see it did close above the open, but the next candle was unable. And look at that, 1, 2, 3 candles with the open close at 24. I mean, go figure, just really good. And now look at this, we come all the way back down, touch that value high. That's where we book profits and we get a little bounce. I mean, come on, it's pretty awesome. How do we say? And there you go, look,
Yeah.
I mean, we lock profits down there. Kind of cool.
And you're out of your trade now?
Yeah, out of my trade.
Okay, cool. And
so
that's because you're trailing the stop loss, right?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I tend to kind of like maximize it by just going with the boxing method, which is like push it down, open, take profit, down a bit more, and so on and so forth. And yeah, we're up 902, and yeah, total 920. So that's just fees there, the difference on this account. Where's Peanut going? Peanut 108. Now we're still not there yet on that Peanut coin. BTC still at 93. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, coming back up. It's holding those 92,800s lows. NQ rejecting still here. So is ES. Bit of a mixed bag here.
I'm still looking at the 30-minute time frame, just looking. And ES is trying to change that market structure. It's taking out the 30-minute lows, but it's holding a little bit of a bullish candle. And NQ, on the other hand, is still making higher highs and higher lows. Has not taken out the 30-minute low. So it's a bit of a like you said, mixed bag here. We'll have to wait and see which one is leading. So one of them is going to make a move and the other one will follow. We just don't know which one it's going to be. So right now, keep our options open. We've taken a few swipes and we've had a couple wins. Now we can sit back, relax, watch the market, devise another high probability trading setup, and you can watch our process as we do this. And we'll talk through it. And if there's any questions that you have, feel free to pop them in the chat too. So
yeah. I mean, my remarks for this morning on BTC is while we are below the settlement, I will remain somewhat cautious on obviously, taking long trades because obviously we're below, and open to take long trades. But yeah, it's just a little bit unclear. I myself prefer to be a little bit later than way too early and get chopped. So, but I do like what I see here on BTC. I do like it. Let's see, we open with that little gap down as well from yesterday's RTH, as you can see here on the left. So this will be up at 94,600, which is just the value at 650, 600. So I like that. Let's set an alert. Let's set an alert right there, because I don't think we have one. Let me zoom in. Okay. So 94. Yeah, let's go 600, 500, just to be in front of this train. And then we'll keep an eye on the clusters to see. It's nice to see it bounce. Look at that. So the low earlier this morning around 11:30, there was a buy imbalance at 91,985 for 336 lots. That's quite a bit of volume.
A nice entry.
Yeah. And then when price came down, once bounce, twice absorbed, selling imbalances, yet price didn't drop 1 cent. So boom, there's the expansion into VWAP now. So we're into VWAP. Actually, let me put out here VWAP.
And I have
It's
seen
a
some
good day.
hilarious Michael Saylor memes. I don't know if you've also seen the Michael Saylor memes.
Nope.
They're
What
so
is it?
fun. Like it's just a picture of Michael Saylor with that really intense look that he has, and then
Right? Yeah.
the caption is, your wife saying, "Don't be weird at Thanksgiving," and then the picture says, "When I show up at Thanksgiving, it's just a picture of Michael Saylor looking all Bitcoin crazy." Funny.
Legend. Well, I
I
mean, a lot of people laugh, but he's doing well. I mean, he keeps buying BTC. I know he
think
bought the
so.
high, but
Yeah, well,
he's obviously got a long term plan, and let him cook.
yeah, yeah, let him
um,
cook.
that is quite good. But yeah, let's see if we can get a nice trade on BTC as well here on stream. Da, da, da.
Okay, let's see. We do have a little bit of news coming up later this afternoon, so nothing during our session, but we do have the FOMC minutes, which will give us a better idea of the picture that the FOMC, the different governors of the board of the FOMC are forming. They're deliberating, they're going to come out with their notes, they're going to come up with a consensus on where they think the economy is, and that will help dictate and hopefully give the market some certainty about what's going to happen next with regards to interest rates. So keep an eye on that. That'll be later this afternoon. And then tomorrow we do have big news day with a couple of different news items, high ticket news items.
Good stuff. Yeah, FOMC later this afternoon, and we have just hit that 94,500. This is what I like to do with my alerts. I like to obviously set the alert, watch price around there, and check everything, like including order flow, what's happening at the level. So now what we can do, we can go deeper to a 30-second chart even, and people are going to be like, what, a 30-second chart? Yeah, because they're good. So let's go. Let's put a line here so you can actually... so if you ever put a 30-second chart and your candles on the CME on Bitcoin, you're going to see something like this. You got to see past this. These are candles, price is moving. You have to pop a line, and there you go. Voila. That's much better, right? Now you can see what's happening. And look at that. Since the open, a little quick move down. We didn't take much stops though. We made a triple once, twice, 3 times bottom there, 1, 2, 3, and we're just ripping. So we're coming into that nice resistance. Let's see if we can break this. We're above VWAP as well. I'm just going to pop VWAP here as well. There you go. We're above VWAP. So yep, let's keep an eye here. I want to see something meaningful. That order was indeed okay down there. So some selling coming in now. Let him cook.
That was actually a really nice move. It was like a $2,000 move there on BTC. So
yeah,
kind of interesting. That's a little bit nice to see.
This is it. I mean, a lot of people think, oh no, you can't trade the CME. Well, you can, because it's moving that much. I mean, $1,000 with 10 lots, that's $1,000, right?
Yep. Yep. And I think it's even ahead of the spot because I see spots around 93 still. So interesting.
Yep. Well, I was looking at the CME when we were stuck at 100. I actually shorted the first 100K. So that was my only first ever short since, forever now. But then I didn't short after. But I know a lot of the champions are, and well done. So if you're still holding...
Me either. And whenever Daniel did short it, I was like, I should probably do this, but I just didn't have the time, didn't have the space. And obviously it was his Elliott wave target. Of course, we should have all seen that coming. Good.
But we took profits on the spot. That's what
that's selling, right? That's right.
That is selling. Yeah. So come on.
Yeah.
It's not all bad.
No. I wanted that. I just wanted a 99,999 just to hit, and I don't think we quite got it. We did get it on the CME, but maybe we'll get it later.
That's right.
But BTC loves to do that. Loves to get the mind F.
God, yeah, NQ really going as well. So there we go. So ES has now completely touched that overnight high again. Yeah, the market wants to push yet again.
It looks like it. NQ leading to the upside now. Wow.
Which is nice. You know why? Right. Okay, so that goes with the plan. So the plan was, let me just go over to this. The plan was to obviously take the short around that 24, 25 before we get to the open, down to what? 16, 17. We got that, which was yesterday's value. And look, it's perfect. We held back inside into the open, and now it's getting that expansion. So next level is the open, and that's at 27. And I think we're going to hit it just now. So if we can get in sync with some long trades, that would be good. But mind you, the NQ is now touching that open, but ES is not quite yet there. So let's see. NQ might get a pullback because this is yesterday's open already touched it, and I'll show you that here on the TPO. So here's the session open, boom, touch, already touched it, but NQ has not. I mean, ES has not. And let me just reload all the volume there as well. Okay, let's see if we can get a pullback on ES to get in here on a long trade. Do we have room to 30? Let's have a look at our risk. We have about 27. Oh, as I'm doing that, look, we start to move into that open 26, 25, 75. Boom, hit. Business is kind of finished.
Yeah, some liquidity stacking at the 30 on ES. So let's see if they push it to there. We do have 8 minutes left in the A session, so things could get a little slower here as we move into the end of the session. Okay, now ES pushing to 27.
Yeah, we've got quite a few nodes there, but this is yesterday's open, so it will find a little bit of resistance here just now, as you can see on the right. So there you go, 27, 27, 27, 27. Down here, 17, where we took our profits, 17. Kind of cool.
Let's see.
Isn't it?
Beautiful. Just keeping an eye here on these markets. Okay, can someone explain the rationales behind CME gaps and why BTC follows? Yeah, so Sean, typically on the CME gaps, we see a difference in price between the closing price for the day and the opening price for the next day, the regular trading hours. And so if those gaps are made, it means someone who was either OTC or a big player that was able to trade post-market is able to move the price away from the closing price so much that there's actually a gap, a quote-unquote gap in price. And typically those gaps act as support and resistance, or they tend to get filled pretty immediately because it looks very inefficient on the chart. It kind of looks ugly. People tend to aim for them as targets. So that's kind of the theory behind gaps. And we do have a little bit more on that on the website if you're interested.
Yeah, I love the CME. I think it's great. I like the fact that it's one price across the board, and that's it. Just like we trade in Q and ES, it just makes things a lot simpler. And look at that, we did get a rejection from that open. Wow. All right, okay. So unable to build that, to reclaim that 27. That's interesting.
Got to really quickly.
Yeah, we really felt quickly as well.
I did get a reminder from Enduro. We do have a little bit of medium impact news coming in just 5-6 minutes here. That is CB consumer confidence, new home sales, and Richmond Fed manufacturing information. So keep an eye out. 5 minutes for that.
It's a nice little rejection there, isn't it? Just wouldn't accept that open of yesterday. Let me also take...
Same story on NQ, actually. Same story. Rejection from previous day New York Open.
Open, yeah. Straight from the open. All right, so BTC is coming into that resistance. So will BTC follow suit and come down and just sweep those lows at 92,700? That would be mint, keeping the lower lows, lower high structures. Yeah, look at the... it's kind of a nice rejection from yesterday's open. It just would not stick up there. Still okay though, we're just back testing again the range low. At this point, I mean, we've got two options. One would be to short 24, which is the initial part of the move down, 23 to 24, and aim for 11s. So there's a good trade there, a good risk to reward. So that would have to come up to at least 24s.
Yeah, I was just going to say overnight high.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we do have. I was actually looking at the breakdown, and yeah, that's the overnight high. Okay, well spotted. Yeah, which sits at 25. Failing that, can see NQ is really trying to hold the 50 here, and yes at the 200. So it's just so close to each other, but still pointing higher. So I can see both trades now. Long now, up to 24, and then short 24. Let them...
Let it go, Kix. We got about 3 minutes in this session, so new session coming soon.
Yeah, Endura says never paid attention to the previous day open. Well, you will now because you've just saw that nice rejection. I mean, look at it. Look on the TPO. TPO is really nice to see. It's just so clear. So kind of like it stops you from having to make so many lines on your chart. Like a lot of people would find this a little bit too overwhelming, but you know, obviously when you zoomed out, yeah, it can be a little bit, but when you go down to, let's say, a 30-second and you really zoom in and you like right there in the action, maybe let me put some candles. I know it's easier. I can even change the color. Let me change the colors on this. Let me put chart, is it? There you go. Maybe you can all see it better like this. And there you go. So you come up to it and there you go. There's the open. Look at the close and the open on like a really low time frame. So that's a nice little scalp trade there. Obviously, we took the long and a little bit of the short, so we've already participated in these moves. I'm not using Attas, I'm using Guantower. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry, I've just jumped some some questions there.
No. That's perfectly fine. Just answering another question as well.
Oh, I'm really not used to this chart with red and green. Ugh, looks ugly. I have to change this back to what it was. There you go, that's better. Man,
yeah, and
that gave me like, whoa.
A little bit of anxiety.
Flashback to the learning days. Now, I prefer to look at it neutral. Like, I don't care if it's bearish or bullish. I just want to see where it closed and where it opened. That's it.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, BTC sluggish up there at 94,590. What else do we have there? So we are coming into that 95. Little push higher, 95. Let's see if we can get it. 95. Yeah, we're coming into it. Look. And look, it's here. This has been here since this morning, since the 100K price rejection during the RTH session on the CME. Up here. Actually, let me put this on a 30-minute. And the candles. So since that RTH taken, so business finished there. We did a 2-day balance, so one there, the other one here, and then obviously rejected with that nice B-shape formation, lower B-shape formation. So for me, value is building lower, as you can see there. So lower. So yeah, we are okay to entertain them shorts. We need to be aware that we're still one time framing up on the weekly and up on the monthly. Okay, but it's okay to entertain some shorts. And below settlement, it's okay. Above settlement, no, thank you. I'll work with longs, but while we're below and coming into it, there is a chance that we could get a little scalp short there from 94. It's a region, so it's, we've attempted value, as you can see there. So that's the first hurdle, big one. And price is saying no. So let's see if we can now just reject that and continue to that previous value. That would be really nice. It would look something like this. Where's my short? Something like this. So where we put our stop, literally whatever the high is formed here. And then we can take this either back down to previous day low or all the way back down to 92. 92 would be nice. So let's keep an eye on that. And we do
B session open
data.
with a big move down.
Yep, I saw that. And you can see there, look at the blackness. So you've got the orders, look, ignore. So nice, thick. And then as soon as it gets to the data, all of those orders are removed. What happens? What happens when those orders are removed? Well, there's no bids or supports. Price just literally goes through this like a yo-yo because there's no bids or asks supporting price. And then give it a couple of minutes or, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and then the order book goes back to normal. There you go. So from having no orders here, so this, for example, here 63, it goes from 63 to 5. I mean, that's nothing. That's like a 95% drop in volume orders.
But you have right now like a 3-tick spread on NQ, so just be careful if you're out there trading NQ. Let me see. How did the numbers come in here? Okay, consumer confidence is a beat, a slight beat. Let's see. New home sales, 610 million. Wow, a very big beat on that one. So new home sales, very, very, very far up. Um, However, the new home sales per month are down. So that's interesting. Very, very interesting. So we've got a mixed bag here on the news today. Not a clear picture of whether the market's bullish or bearish. New home sales being down while the consumer confidence is slightly up. So a bit mixed, to be honest. And you can see that in the price action here too. Can't really
Yeah,
decide
and
which way it wants to go.
exactly. And look, we went up, we went down, and we're back at the midpoint. So at this point, it's a 50-50 trade. Take a long, you've got a 50% chance that you'll get stopped out. Take a short, you've got a 50% chance that will get stopped out. So what's the best option? Stay out.
No trade.
No trade, which in itself, it's a trade. So
Absolutely.
you could, with this in mind, so it's not really a 50-50. It's more of a 60-40 to the downside because the trend is lower low, lower high, lower low. So you do have that, but still for me in my books, I prefer not to take it. Especially when you're like hugging the 200 SMA there at 20,947. So it's a big kind of like place. BTC, I want to see this candle through the value. This next candle here, I want to see it go above it into that settlement there. So do we have a range for a long trade here? Ugh. Not really.
A long trade would have had to been right on the
94.
right on the back of the yeah.
Yeah.
So funny. Luis says Scott speaks like he works at customer service. Oh, thanks. Thank you, and call again later. Bye-bye.
Take your call.
And Kylox, the settlement price is the official CME closing price for the day. So for the previous day, the settlement price on NQ was
94,945 for NQ. NQ is 20,884. ES is 6,650. For BTC, it's 94,945. For gold, we have 2,618. Wow, look at that. It's 2,618. So that's the settlement price. For oil, 68.58, so $68 a barrel. And for silver, 32.23. So there's all the settlements.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm looking here. I want to see BTC just push up a little bit more there. Which it is. Yeah, there's no trade to be taken here on NQ and ES. We're literally just at the midpoint of the range. It's a low probability trade here. I'd be curious if someone is actually trying to scalp NQ right now in ES.
Looks like some people took a quick short from Severin's key resistance area. Hopefully locked profits on that.
Yes,
and,
yeah. Because, I don't really see much here. I mean, yeah, we're literally right at the midpoint. And look, this is what I mean. Like, so this is the ES. We're right at that 1920 point of control. Look, if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that here's the point of control. I might have to make that a little bit thinner. Is that as thin as it goes? It is now. You can see like 20 is the point of control. So it's really tricky sometimes to get traded around that point of control because it's kind of up for grabs. So yeah, I'll prefer to wait a little bit longer. Let's have a look at NQ. Also struggling to break above or below, just sitting on that midpoint there. Yeah, BTC might be the trade here. So let's see. We're coming up to it.
It's trying to hold that view up now on BTC.
Mm-hmm.
NQ and ES just sort of moving up and down, not a real direction yet.
No, not yet. Maybe we can do some questions while we wait a little bit here.
Yeah, sure. One question that just came in was what's the settlement and where to find it? We just covered that, John, but really quickly, a settlement is the official CME closing price, and you can find this either so typically it's available on your trading platform, or you can go through the CME to their website and look it up there. So,
And as we come to the end of November, we will obviously, and I'm going to put it on this screen on here so they can see you as well. But yeah, as we come to the end of November, we also come to the end of streaming live here on YouTube for you all. Yeah, it's been quite fun actually. I've enjoyed, sharing some tips and tricks and things. So if you do have any questions, please do ask. Today's a great day. Tomorrow you're gonna have is it us all again tomorrow, and then
I think so.
Thursday, and then obviously on Friday we'll be back here. So yeah, I mean you've got plenty of time to ask some questions. And give us a go. I mean, look, the Black Friday deal is on now. You get like up to 30% off. You can always go in and try it out. It's not for everybody, and there's quite a lot of work. It's not easy. But we do have an amazing community. I mean, we've been going on now 5 years. We had a meetup in Dubai that was amazing. And there's always something to be learnt over there. There's no silly questions. It's always very, very welcome. We always cover everything. The platform is really, really improved so much. I'm going to log in and show you here very quickly. So here's our platform. I mean, a lot of work has gone into that. You've got always a schedule which shows what's going on and who's streaming. So Severin next, Daniel, Severin, and then myself. You've got the courses like from apprentice to adept to expert, strategies, everything in here. You've got the speed runs, the learning tracks, the video library, the glossary, the vault where we have all our adders, quant tower, templates, etc. So yeah, do check it out. There's plenty for everybody, and we teach about everything. Today, I actually shared the was it today or yesterday? God, I've lost track of time. I've actually shared the templates for TradingView that I use, which I know a lot of people use TradingView, and we've got adders, quant tower, exo, you name it. So I thought, you know what? TradingView is actually doing a really nice job on these templates like the TPO. For example, if I just load, for example, the classic, which is somewhere around here. Yeah, they've done a really good job. Let's go with BTC as well. Let's hide price there. Let's let this cook and go down to, there you go. Let's just zoom in and a little bit here. There you go. So yeah, I mean, I think they've done a really good job TradingView, but you need the premium version for us. But yeah, I did some templates, and you can share it by having the auto sharing on. So I've done this for the members, and I think they like it. There's quite a few nice templates for Bybit with CVD and all that stuff. So yeah, do give us a go. And yeah, it's gonna be sad to not stream on YouTube that often, isn't it? But it's been fun. And yeah, you got us this week, and we do have the TikTok giveaway, right? Is that it?
That's right. Yep.
Yep. And
Tomorrow?
maybe tomorrow. So yeah, do check us out.
Yeah, please do. And we'll potentially be back at some point, but we will have to go back into our website and trade for our members.
Focus on the community. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. We're getting a little move down.
Let's see, are they making a choice here?
Yeah, gold didn't quite hit that 37 that we were looking for, but we had to move down, which is annoying. I could see it happening, but I'm not going to sell right at that 32. I would have liked to see that little, and the reason why I wanted to see a little push, it's to just give me the one thing and only, a better risk reward, because then we can work with that rather than working with this. So in my books, I always look for a little bit better, but yeah, sometimes you're going to miss some trades, which is no problem. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit sticky here. Look at that. So BTC, okay, that looks better on BTC. that does look better. Let's take a look on Coinbase. Not really. Yeah, it looks good here. Where's VWAP? 94,120. Yeah, because the SNNQ is just slow grind down. I mean, look at this. For the past...
Yep, not doing a lot here.
Yeah, not doing a lot here. So we've taken the best trades in my opinion. Now we can just be a little bit more patient in these two markets. Look, there's really not much going on here. So let's indeed take a quick look at BTC, because I think BTC, let's take a look at the ETF. Let's pop a line chart here, see what they're cooking. Yeah, there you go. So still below the yesterday's low. So that is still bearish. I would have liked to see at least that 95. So let's go back to that. Okay. And the reason for that was because I wanted to at least see this. Make this brighter. Yeah, that would have been better there. Okay, let's see. Okay, this should find support now. Yeah, it should find support here. Like now. And if we can find resistance at 93,500, which will be 94,500, it's about a K difference between the micros and the actual big CME. We can potentially entertain the short. But we are holding VWAP, so we do have VWAP here. Dun, 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 dun. And Q is at a nice place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Q is for a long trade, yeah.
Keeping an eye on the 15-minute chart here. Just want to see some formation that looks good to me.
Yeah, I just saw a little bit too late here. When I did see the pattern is already moving. So now its stop would have to be below the low, and I don't like it so much. But let's see if BTC can push a little bit. I would like to see that 90K. So we do have an argument to take a quick long scalp up to 94 on Bybit, that would be. So from now all the way above the highs, and then take the highs and come back down. In other words, play both sides of the market. Let's wait a little bit longer.
Okay. We'll be patient, let it cook. And Jinga is asking, how many streams are included in contenders per week? Well, we do actually have a little page that's called pricing and plans, and it talks about all about what the contenders and champion sessions include.
It is quite a few.
It's quite a few. Yeah, it's actually quite a lot. I don't have a number for you, but it's quite a lot. You have BTC updates on Mondays, daily stock updates on Mondays, live trading AMA, weekly trading lessons, on-demand learning library, speedrun masterclasses, daily trading sheets, all of the templates, plus the strategies in our vault, and as access to the trading journal as well. So there's a lot there. Happy to go in more in depth once we talk later.
Yeah, that would be target on BTC. So in other words, we're looking for, I would prefer to see at least go through VWAP back above it, and then we can take the long up to 94,895, whatever. And basically, whatever exchange you're trading, it doesn't really matter with the price. So don't worry about 94,855. Don't worry about that. Or don't focus, shall I say, don't focus. Because like, for example, Coinbase will be, there you go. So let's just that populate will be 93,600. So just look at structure. Look, this is the same high. Okay, so we're looking for the same high. So that high on the CME will be completely different. But I prefer to look at the CME. There you go. So the high at CME will be, Coinbase will be 93,753, and then on CME will be 94,855. Okay, so this is the downside of having spots and having, well, just like you have the SPY, ETF, it's at 598, and then you've got ES at 6,018. So you kind of have to look at these things a little bit different. But yeah. Let's see if we can get the move down to 94.80. That is on by CME. And on Coinbase, it's a little bit lower. It's around 93, which is nice. In other words, low, high, and then up here we could potentially take a short back down. But yeah, on Coinbase actually looks nice. Can you see on Coinbase how it looks better from the open? Yeah, that is nice.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, if you look at my
I've got my other chart pulled up now. Let's see what Coinbase is looking like. Yeah, it looks better. And the VWAP's a bit lower on this one, so it's actually above the VWAP. On my other chart, it was still below the VWAP. So yeah, it looks a little bit better here on Coinbase, which is reassuring.
Yeah, I know it's quite complicated sometimes for some newer traders to look at the differences in prices and be, but which one is it? Is it 93? Is it 94? But really, try and focus more on the time. So for example, when I say time here, look at the high. For example, here was 26th of November 24 at 10 a.m. right there. So if you go on to the CME, just try and anchor the same time, okay, around that high. So here is just a little bit before, so it's 9:32. The 10 o'clock one was lower, so use the highest one, obviously. And there you go. So you're going to have the same structure. So it's going to be the same structure, albeit slightly different discrepancy in price. But you're going to get that across 100 crypto exchanges. And that is the sort of like, annoying bit, because when you go to NQ, it doesn't matter if you're in Colombia, if you're in the in US, you're going to get the same price across. That's it. That's why it's really nice to trade the NQ, yes. And the futures, really. But yeah, we're getting a little pullback there. So BTC still kind of lingering here. And it needs to do that because it's got less liquidity. So it needs to spend a bit more time around these key levels. And we'll have a guest on in a few minutes. God, it's really slow, isn't it?
It has slowed down quite a bit. Yeah, interesting.
I mean, ahead of FOMC later. So let's take a look at gold again. Let's go back to 30 minutes. I wanted to see where we are. Oh, we did reject. No trade there. Let's take a look at silver. Oh, silver is at VWAP.
Yes, please.
Silver at VWAP. What about crude? Yeah, everything is at VWAP now.
Yep.
Euro, British pound, everything is at
VWAP. NQ just hit VWAP.
Honestly, everything is at VWAP. Yeah, everything is at VWAP. So yeah, we're really gonna pump or dump or stay there.
Right. And we haven't taken the BTC long yet, but once we get there, we will explain the trade. Don't worry. We'll give you an insight of where we put the VWAP OMCAR. Jojo, I'm using the footprint on TradingView. Yeah, for futures, it's a little different. That's right, but it's very insightful. If you look at it, it's also very helpful. But my main thing I'm using is Quantower, but TradingView is amazing. They're also increasing a lot of their offerings in terms of TPO, Quantower. Excuse me, TPO, clusters and TPO. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I tell you what, no affiliation whatsoever with TradingView. But they've got their black sale at the moment, and for the premium for a whole year, it's only $216. I don't know, something stupid.
It's something.
Yeah, it's good. Really, really good deal. Honestly, it's a steal. So if you don't have the TradingView Premium, go and get yourself one. It's like 400 days for $200, and you get access to pretty much everything. Alerts don't expire. You can have as many indicators as you want on a chart. You can have all of the different clusters. It's pretty good. And I was looking for volume. Yeah, I want to see this on BTC. So yeah, make sure you do check out. There you go. So this is BTC on Bybit using volume clusters on TradingView. So this is TradingView. It looks very much like Exo charts or even Quantower. And to be honest, I actually prefer it because you can see like the numbers really crystal clear. I've got a 4K Samsung curved screen here, 32-inch, and I can really make this big and see all the numbers. And you can see, look, this is what I was saying earlier about BTC. We are coming down to this nice support, and you just have to look left to recognize this is a daily chart, not a 5-minute, a daily chart. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, and then broke on the 11th. And this is the first time that you made a range, obviously, long liquidation. So you had a lot of longs up here, and now you had that kind of adjustment in the inventory, and there's a lot of new shorts open down here as well. So you're at support. If price does manage to hold here and come back inside, all of these shorts, they're going to have to start closing these trades, which means sometimes that's fuel enough to get price back on a move. And look, when you look on the VRVP, you can see that between, I would say 95 all the way to 97, this 2K range, there's no much volume there. In fact, there's not much at all. So this could go very quickly back above it. But yeah, here's the good old TradingView clusters. And I don't think you get that on the normal account. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what I have premium, and it works really well.
Excellent. Me too.
Let's go to the order flow. So this is the Delta clusters. Let's just zoom in. Yeah, not quite bullish CVD down here, but still nice move regardless. We're coming back inside. We didn't hold. We're just rejecting back inside. Pity we didn't take that 95 on the CME. That would have been really good. But it's just looking a little bit more bearish.
Yep.
So yeah, we didn't get that nice short trade there. I was looking, and I'm going to expand this chart. So on the left, this is the RTH chart. I was looking for at least price to box in this gap. So we open with a gap, and we're way... Actually, I'm going to do the following. I'm actually going to mark this here live on stream. Then you can see, so this is the gap filled down here. And then this is the gap, the high of the gap just now. So I'm just going to delete these texts. Let's call it gap. And that will be the gap filled here. Oops.
You do. Okay. Do we get open interest and CVD on TradingView? I don't know. I'm thinking we do. Do we get that? Yeah.
Yeah. So you got CVD. So here's your CVD. So this is the cumulative volume delta. Obviously, you can see yesterday. So this is yesterday. Yesterday, we went from, I mean, look at that, a lot. Like you can see, we went all the way down to 164 mil. So yeah, that's CVD daily and resets every day. That's where I like to see it. And then you've got cumulative if you want. This is just the delta bars. So, you know, negative and positive. Open interest, you do get it, but not, it doesn't work with Bybit. It works with futures on Binance, and I don't like futures on Binance, so I don't use it. So for that, I go on to my good old Bybit Quantower template, and I can see it here. So this is what I use for my CVD, which is the same as obviously TradingView, but I wish TradingView did fix that open interest, because if they do, then I don't have to use Quantower for that. I can just use this because it's quicker and it's nice. But yeah, and you can also see the stacked imbalances here, which is nice, and the point of control, which is that yellow thing there. Anyway, yeah, I've shared this all with the champions. God,
and I've downloaded those. I know there's not doing anything.
It's just so, It's just so
Still,
dead. I mean, look at this. Like, let's go.
what is this?
It's just so dead. Oh man, look at that NQ. It's just going nowhere. This is a 30-minute chart. We've not left this. Ugh. Yeah, a little move there, but overall, it's just not going, not dropping, not doing anything.
Hanging at the
But yeah,
VWAP.
and BTC. I mean, look at that. Come on, that is a little bit selfish of BTC to leave us on the station, waiting for that train, and we get missed out. So now it's very much like coming back above it. It's not nice. It's not as nice now. So I don't like that short trade anymore. Okay, and here you go. So this is why copy trading doesn't work, because if you copy trading and you take the short and then it goes through, it says, oh, but you did say earlier that it was a short. Well, but that was earlier. We've got more context now. We've got more stops, so you can go through quicker. So yeah.
And that's the key, really, is that as you're moving throughout the session, you have to update your information. You can't hang on to one bias or the other. Really have to use what's in front of you and make some educated decisions.
Yeah. Okay, so BTC not giving us that short trade at 95, fell short of it. ES is just on a tiny baby slow grind here, not much going on. NQ, since the news, it is making those lower lows and lower highs, but just so not getting that that nice move. So yeah, BTC went slightly above VWAP, but didn't quite hit a nice target for us to actually get in a nice short. So unfortunately, we do still have those kind of like unfinished lows. That would have been a nice target. Locally, open interest is actually depleting. So, we've got some money or cash flowing out of this market. Quite a bit actually during the session. So still, but yeah, a little bit mixed here, to be honest. And yeah, so yes, NQ back at VWAP. So at least now we have a better risk to reward for a long trade, but it's not the best, is it? But yeah,
and we will have a little guest coming shortly whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Cool. We have maybe a few minutes. We'll give them a few minutes to join.
Good stuff. Yeah, I'll keep an eye down here on the markets. Oh, there you go. The moment I said at least we've got nice risk to reward for a long trade, we start to move from those 12s, and that was the VWAP. So that's the VWAP. You can see here on the DOM, you've got 6,000 and 12.75. That was the VWAP, and we're getting that little move. But to be honest, at this point, it's very much like kind of need to break out of this range for me to be interested in a trade, especially when they're up like $900 on 3 or 4 trades, whatever. So it's best to be a bit more conservative.
Yep.
Yeah.
NQ's trying to flip here, so let's see if they make it.
Tell you what, BTC, remember what I just said about that 95? Because we kind of like front run this 94,895, coming back above it now, we might just squeeze through that. So it changes the context slightly. I'd love to see a squeeze. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Price will do whatever he wants to do, but I'd love to see a squeeze back above it, to be honest, back inside the range, all the way up too. But let's see. Okay,
yeah.
So I
see session open.
I think we have someone at the door.
Okay.
Let's invite some special guest in. Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, how you doing? We can hear you loud and clear.
Hi everyone.
Hello, how you doing?
Good to see you, James.
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Very well.
Do you want to talk to us and tell the our audience or live on YouTube who you are and yeah, tell us a little bit about you. Come on.
Yeah, so I'm James C. I joined Shark Champion in February 21, so quite a long time now. So basically, I started trading, and um, back in the day, I was looking for a good education platform to learn trading and so on. And after looking at various YouTube videos and gurus and things that didn't work actually, I found out Daniel's video and decided to subscribe. So it was a very good decision, obviously, for me. And yeah, especially after having tempted some trading myself and losing some money, blowing up account, refunding account, revenge trading, blowing again. Anyway, I think I'm not the only one in this situation. Before basically taking it seriously and saying that this is something that should have been learned and you should put time and effort to learn. Trading is not something that obvious. Even if after a few years it's still not obvious sometimes. But yeah, no, it's a very good decision. So um, I'm trading part time. I'm not a full time trader. When I'm trading, I'm trading mainly BTC and altcoins, scalping or day trading. I'm not a swing trader. I'm quite still impatient sometimes. So scalping and day trading is good for me. And I have my business also on the side. So I'm trying to do both. So yeah, this is me.
Wow.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And you haven't followed James on Twitter, I'd highly recommend. He's always sharing his results. And I've noticed over the last couple of months, your results are really, really, really good. What do you think has led to some of that improvement in your trading skills and being able to be so consistent on a day-to-day basis?
Chart champion. It's a short answer. No,
Too nice.
basically, so study the content. I think studying the content first and attending or listening to all the streams. It's very important. I even listen to ES and Q stream even if I'm not trading futures. So, but there is always something to learn. And yeah, I think that for people is obviously to join chart champion. Otherwise, it's quite difficult to have all the education and to all the experiences, streams included. But it's really to study and put the effort and ask questions also. There is a very good, excellent community in chart champion, so you can ask questions and you will always get the answer. So and yeah, watch videos and watch again and again until you get it. And for me, until you are at a certain point where you develop your own strategy. I think it's also something that I've done with some tweaks to strategy. So to the strategies that chart champion teach. So I've got I don't say my own strategy because it's not my strategy, it's Daniel's strategy. But I kind of tweak it to my liking, and it seems to work.
Brilliant. Do you wanna
It's
show
amazing.
us your strat? Do you wanna share your screen and show us something on your chart? And I do have a nice question for you, but we can do that after. But do you want to share your screen and go? I think people probably in the chat would love to see, your trading strategy. If you want to talk us through that, okay. If not,
Yeah,
entirely up to
yeah,
you.
absolutely.
But you can always
So
click on the share, and you should be okay to share your screen.
share screen one.
There you go.
So
Beautiful.
so basically, yeah, I think you can see.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
I'm day trading, scalping BTC. So on BTC, so I have a lot of windows, even internet. I've got always a lot of windows. But here I've got my, for example, my BTC macro, where I do all of my technical analysis, and then I've got the BTC 5 minutes on the 5 minutes. And then let me move how can I move this? Yeah, okay. And what I'm trading Solana, Link, ADA, and SHIB. These are the four altcoins that I'm trading.
Good
So my
choice.
strategy is basically, I know it's a little bit controversial, guys. We had this discussion. My main tool and my main, let's say, asset or ticker decision is the RSI on the 5 minutes. I come up to this with my own statistics, and again, it's my own thing. If you are not comfortable with that, don't do it. But this is where, basically, I was tempted to do a short on Link actually a little bit before. So as you can see through the RSI here with a little bit of a signal. So I'm using where I decide to trade the ticker when the RSI is out of band. So as you can see here, here, and here. And most likely than not, the chart champion scalping strategy, which is using the Bollinger Band with the EMA 8 as a take profit, is obviously here is triggered. So my strategy is RSI out of band, either high or low, depending on if I want to short or if I want to long. Ideally, a closing candle on the 5 minutes outside of the Bollinger Band on a level. So here, for example, I will have maybe later, if RSI comes back to out of band, I will be very interested to look at the daily or even to have this grabbing here to do. The tool I'm using, so the Bollinger Band, EMA 8, you can use EMA 12, it doesn't matter that much. It's a little bit different. Using the daily periodic volume here, which is something Igor you teach me. PVP you had on your chart before.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the CVD here if I see any CVD divergences, but I'm not that trading CVD. I'm really keeping it simple. RSI, Bollinger Bands, so CCSS on a level, and yeah. And I have another screen, which where is my Zoom?
Let us know when
Can
it's
I?
sharing. Yeah, you can. You can stop this share and share another one.
Yeah. I need to stop
That's okay.
sharing and share another
Yeah,
one.
I've moved your screen out, and then you can find your proper screen. Is that the one? You ready?
Yeah, screen 3.
There we go.
Yeah.
We can see. Oh, you
And
got a vertical
then
one.
I have I have
Nice.
4 screens. I have one vertical, a trading view, and 2 screen like that.
Very good.
One screen I manage my trade on Bybit directly, a little bit like Daniel is doing, because they've
Mm-hmm.
got a very good trading view integration on Bybit.
Yes.
And I've got the stream on another one. And on this screen, it's a little bit. I picked up a little bit of each of you guys. This is a little bit like what it's not CCTR, but it's a little bit what Severin can have on his screen. So bid and ask
Mm-hmm.
with all the rect. And one thing which I like to see, I haven't seen a lot, but obviously, so I've got my table, but I can't read the table when I'm trading. So I'm looking at the open interest, but the open interest was a little bit not enough for me, or maybe I'm complicating things, but I like to use net longs and net short to see, for example, here, net long 21K and net short 21K. So basically it's in a zero. So I can see who I've got a very graphical memory and vision. So I can see, is it the long, is it the short? What's inside of this open interest? Because open interest can go up like that, but then is a little bit who is in control? Who is it, net longs or is it short? So I hope it helped. This is something I'm using because obviously, if you study chart champion scoping strategy, it's a reversal strategy, and it can go south on you very, very quickly. This is why I'm using only ×2, ×3 leverage and no more. Because when you go south, you have really to be quick on. You can, but you can't have hard stop loss on a CCS. You have to let the trade live, should I say?
Hmm.
But then when you go south, if you are like ×50, good for you. But yeah, when you go south on you, it's not good. It's really not good. If it's green, it's fine. But yeah, sometimes you will sweat a lot with this strategy.
I love
And
that.
that's it. Yeah, pretty much. I picked up a little bit, and then yeah, this is the way I'm trading. So when this approaching a level that I'm interested in, I look at the reaction. If I'm looking for too long, I'm looking at the reaction of the longs or of the shorts. Yeah.
I love that. And I do have a post here from you, and I'm going to put it over your screen there. Oh, I don't think I can see it there. Hang on.
I
Hang
stop
on.
sharing.
Yeah, that's okay. I think this is always on top. I'll share my other screen. So basically, oops. Let me just expand this. So this chart here, this is from James. And I don't think you can see it yet, James, but it will be on YouTube. But basically, I'm showing one of your posts with a journal that you use, which is
Yes.
a Excel journal. And I love that, and I think you know why. So do you want to talk to us about that, the journal?
I kind of share it on a Stats and Journal. You had one question. What I'm trying to do in the future is to share a little bit more, basically.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's your journal. It's your journal, basically.
I know, right? You know
copied,
what?
I've copied it.
Yes, and it's
But,
good. It's good to have a journal. Oh, there you go. I can see it now.
yeah,
Yeah, perfect,
this one.
brilliant. Look at that. That again, ladies and gents. I
I,
mean, if you can appreciate work, I mean, he's obviously got that hidden, which you should leave it because it's your
yeah.
journal. But yeah, go back up. And so this is something I created a long time ago for CC, and it was one of the pretty much first lesson. Well, not first, but you know, kind of thereabouts. And it was very much risk management, and it was also for traders to be able to just input some data before they take the trade. And honestly, I know it's mundane, it's boring, whatever you want to call it, but you know, you've got on an Excel sheet, you've got so much data that, for example, one thing I liked at the time was like, you know, what the asset is, the bias, you know, and for example, like if you have a couple of confluence on your strategy, for example, is it above the VWAP or below, then you can then, there you go, that's beautiful. You can then say, well, if it's bullish and bullish, then I'm only looking for long. So if you were looking to take that short trade, you're like, well, why am I taking the short? So having a journal will always protect you just a little bit more. I love the amount of work you've put into that, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So well done. Give it up. Honestly, that is amazing to see someone actually using a tool created by CC from us. We have a lesson on that, and that is incredible. Like, honestly, well done. I see sometimes you post on Twitter, and I go like, wow, amazing. Hats off. So yeah, brilliant. Brilliant.
Two things on the journal. One is very important to be honest with yourself. So, for example, this post here. So you can learn actually. And another thing, I stopped sharing. Another thing is the key thing in this journal is the equity curve, which is a kind of 15% goal. And actually, when I started trading, is like, what is your level of expectation? What is your expectation? And I realized that the money, alors, it's a little bit, but the value of your trade or the money is not important. And I will explain why. For me, the most important is the percentage. Because my aim, and obviously it's up to everyone, is to do 15% per month. And what is 15% per month is 1% per day for 15 days. And 1% trading BTC, altcoin, or what, it's with the right tools and guidance and strategy and so on, it's largely feasible. It's largely feasible. So it doesn't matter if it's €1, 1,000, 10,000, or whatever is your account value. In my experience, the most important is like a business, is to track your growth, is to track your percentage. And I kind of stick to this 1% a day for 15 days for, I don't know, 1 year, 2 year. whatever, 10 years if you want. And then it doesn't matter because your $1 account is going to be whatever is going to be in the years to come. So
Brilliant.
my advice is to make sure that you don't have too much expectation on yourself and not too much money value, but more the percentage growth. This is important.
Beautiful. I love that. And I hope
Yeah.
people paid attention to that. Very important.
I was just going to say, we just got a master class there from someone who has taken from our lessons and actually built their own strategy based on statistics and backtesting. So it's really incredible, James. And I think a lot of people are curious to know, and I think it's really important in trading that you don't have trading as your sole income, although some do, and some are very successful at that. But for newer traders, for people who are newer to the business, it's a little bit psychologically challenging. So if you don't mind, could you share? You don't have to say what company, but what is your other business and what are you doing outside of trading? I'd be very interested to know.
So it's my own company, actually. I have a consultancy company. In my previous life, I spent 12 years in a corporate job. And I was obviously moving up the ladder. But during COVID, I was saying, okay, there is another way of working and to work for myself. So I created my own consultancy company where I sell my services. So obviously this takes some time. So this is why I can only trade part time. So I'm trying to do both at the moment before I it's already chosen. I'm going to choose trading full time at some point. But yeah, I love my job, so it's difficult to
Oh.
choose between the two of it. So.
Wonderful.
I've got a question. If you could go back to your younger self, like in the trading world, what would you kind of say to yourself? What, like if you had someone whispering something to your younger self, what would you say to yourself so that you could go back and do it all over again? What would you do? What would be that one thing that you'd say to yourself? Don't do this or do that or ignore this or ignore whatever. What would be that one thing?
The one thing which is not it's linked to trading, but it's not totally linked to trading,
Okay, good.
is to financially educate yourself. This is when I started to read books, Rich Dad Poor Dad or Atomic Habit or
Wow, good
uh,
book. I like that one.
all of these books. Yeah.
Good one.
I really started to change my mindset, and trading is just obviously in a bigger picture is just one tool in the arsenal of creating wealth. And I think that back in my 20s or my teens, to read books or podcast or audio or whatever, in terms of financial education, having the right mindset, this is changing. This can change lives. Basically, trading is a tool. It can be real estate, it can be whatever you want, or creating your business or whatever. For me, trading is my best. Is something I love. Is something I do, but I don't think without the the wealth or growth or educational mindset, I don't think it will have worked. I don't know. Maybe with Chart Champion because there is a lot of teaching on psychology and financial education also in Chart Champion. But there is also all of these books that you have to pay attention to have the right mindset.
Brilliant. I love that. And yeah, I tell you what, I resembled that because I would love to go and tell my younger self, like to really get myself informed. And I think that comes from school, like schools. Well, depending, like from an early age, I think they should really, but I don't think they do that for a purpose. But they should really teach like younger people, like pupils, more about how the finance works. But I think that would obviously screw a lot of stuff, so they probably don't want them to know. But yeah, you're right. That is such a big fundamental like platform to get yourself into the next level. So yeah, I have to agree, and we definitely need to have you on again because people in the chat really want to have a good hour session here because you're just dropping alpha there. So honestly, amazing. So yeah, hats off. Like someone who actually has a journal and has shared it with us, and you saw that there. That is hard work. So hats off. I like it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I like it. Very good. Very good. Well done.
Completely agreed. And I will say this, that James has an incredible attitude. He's someone that definitely sees on the bright side of life, and it really shows in his work and in his work ethic and in his progress. So it's been amazing, honestly, meeting you, James, in Dubai. It was a real pleasure spending some
Yes.
time. And honestly, it's been awesome having you on, and it's great to see you and great to hear from you as well. Is there anything else you wanted to share, James, while we're here?
But just for if people after all of these months are still not convinced to join Chart Champion, really join Chart Champion because it's changing lives and it can make a huge difference. And if you pair this with the right mindset and psychology, the trading journey can touch so many aspects of your life. So don't hesitate to try to give it a go as a contender, as a champion, ideally as a champion, but if you can't as a contender, and embark in this crazy journey of trading and self-development, I should say.
Absolutely. And that's
Brilliant.
what it is all about, right? It's about getting better as a person, getting better as a business person, as a trader, whatever you do. Honestly, if it's consulting, if it's, you work at a pet shop, whatever it is, as long as you're giving your best and you're trying to learn and move forward, I think that's the right, maybe even the point of life. But yeah, Igor, did you have anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, I would love to have you on again, where we can actually maybe take a couple of trades if you see one, obviously, with your strategy. Would be nice to see it. But yeah, no, I was just gonna say thank you very much for being here with us today. That was amazing. It's nice to have a member, and you've been with Chat Champion since 2021. Was it 21? So yeah, that's a
21,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, that's good. No, it was really
Yeah.
nice to see you in Dubai. It may have been a little bit awkward in the beginning because did you know you're gonna get a prize?
No,
You
no, it
didn't.
was a total surprise. I was not the only one because after the reward or gala session, everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Did you know? Did you know?" I said, "No, no, no, no." It was like
It's
baptism of
spontaneous.
fire, and yeah, yeah.
That was good. No, it
Uh,
was really good.
no, it's great,
That was
and
a lot of fun.
happy to help. I'm trying to push a little bit more on Discord to the community, but yeah, happy to help.
Brilliant. No, we love that. It's a real community feel. So, well, from my side, thank you for taking a few minutes of your day to be here with us from your busy schedule. Scott, final words to.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, James. We'd love to have you back on. I think the audience is really interested in maybe seeing some of your trade strategies as well as you doing the journal as well. So maybe we can have that at some point. Would love to have you back in. And honestly, I just want to say thank you again. And James, yeah, I'm very proud of you and very, very excited to have you in our corner. So thank you so much for joining, and we'll hope to see you sometime soon.
Thank you very much. See
Brilliant.
you. See you next time.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you,
Bye.
James.
And that was James. I mean, yeah, what a
Yeah.
legend. I love that.
Mash?
Yes, yeah, smash the likes for James. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. No, it's amazing to see, like, like especially the journal. I think that's really, really important because it goes well in hand with risk management, and I think he touched there on that. And when you track it like that, you really, at the end of the month or year, you really look at those figures and think, okay, I'm doing bad because of this. And it's nice that he also highlighted why. It's also nice to put the bad ones there. So he had in orange, like, this is bad. And I saw actually say it's stupid. So it's like, it's acknowledgement, isn't it? No, I mean, commendable. Very good. Right. We have a few minutes left. So what we're going to do, while we were obviously talking and stuff, I was still scanning and looking for opportunities. We did have the session C backtest of the C. I was contemplating taking it, but I didn't. But that was a really nice trade. So we opened C session, and I love this. And for the people watching, you probably kind of like concur that it's a good trade. So you open, you come all the way down to the open, and that's like a nice little place. But it's the volume that we had, like absolute zero volume on there on the NQ. So that would have been, I was contemplating taking the trade, and we've gone all the way back up, and then now back where we are again. So there's been a couple of trades there while we were talking to James, but I didn't take any, just for full disclosure. And BTC is still here. It's stuck between 94 and 94 400. So I've not seen a good setup here. It's kind of lingering between, so it's really up for grabs. So yeah, on that, I think maybe we should do some questions. Go through the chat, do a few questions, and yeah, take it away, Scott.
Sounds great. This is a question for James. How long has he been trading? I believe it's probably been about 3 years, and it may be more seriously about a year. But we can ask. You can ask Kavasi. We can ask James another time. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm just scrolling through, looking to see for some questions here. Okay. It'd be nice if they had a way to filter out the questions on this. Let's see. Is James French? Yes, I believe he is. So, and what a lovely accent there. Okay, this is a good question. So, and it's from X and I. So, how does it work at CC? Do we all trade together? What about the time differences? How does it actually work?
Well, we do all of the sessions we've been doing in November online. We always do it in the for the champions, and on Mondays we do also do contenders morning updates. So there's a lot of streams through the week, live trading ones as well, and those will typically be around that A, B, and C session, right? Exactly as today. So from 2 p.m. UK time, or from 9:30. Is it 9 a.m. Is it your
Yep,
time?
that's right.
Is it? Yeah, New York time. So and then typically we go and do a power hour, which is late in the session, which is the L and M period. So we do try and cater for different kind of like around the globe, but primarily around the RTH session open, because it's where kind of like the volume comes in. If you're outside those zones, we do have an amazing community. There's always people live, well, not live, but in the Discord, chatting away and helping and yeah. But around those times, that's when we typically live trade.
And we also have in the early morning, well, early morning if you're in the US, it's in the morning or the early afternoon. If you're in the UK or in Europe, you have an update from Severin each day, well, several days throughout the week. And then you also have ETC updates from Coach Daniel and Coach Igor. So you've got people staggered at different times. And then I'm also posting my my daily trading plans in the evenings. So for people who are trading Asia session and London session, you have a lot of information coming through. So it might be a little overwhelming at first if you join, but with time, you'll definitely be able to catch on quickly, and you'll find someone or a coach or someone, a mentor, who will absolutely be able to show you the ropes.
Yeah, and every day I do this plan on BTC. So every day I will come in, and depending on the kids' routine in the morning, sometimes I'll do it a little bit later. But typically in the morning, I will be doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Anyway, Fridays I tend to stay always a little bit longer in the morning. Like I go sometimes for an hour and 15 minutes just to answer those questions. So a lot of people sometimes have questions on something that happened during the week. They'll ask the question and I'll go down into the charts and say, okay, well, this is how I see it, this is how I view it, or this is what I did and this is why. So those are on Fridays. Wednesday is just a normal plan, but yeah, I will break down the market, go over projected kind of like values and what I see in the market, and giving an outline plan with good levels of support and resistance. So we pretty much do that every day for BTC, crypto, and whatnot.
Okay, another question here for you, Igor. Is the Quant Hour order flow and TPO more clear or clearer than TradingView?
I'll let you tell me. Yes, it is. It is, yeah. So Quant Hour, I mean, look, so let me just put, that's ES here, and let's go ES. So this is, I'm going to hide everything here, and I'm going to do the same on this screen. So this is ES, and you can see that it's very, very similar. So this is TradingView, this is ES on Quant Hour. So you can see D session, close, everything is very similar. However, because Quant Hour gives you the ability to change a few more things, I on TradingView will need to put the bars back on because I need to see those 30 minutes, okay, opens and closes. But for example, on Quant Tower, I don't need to do this. I don't need the candles. I can just see it. So for example, here I can double click profile, and I can tell you where the market open, where B session open, what's the midpoint of B session, what's the close of B session, where's value high, where's value low, where's the point of control, where's the midpoint. I can tell you everything just by glancing at it really easily. And on TradingView, it's still good. It's really good. But you'd have to put the bars to see, okay, here's the open, here's the close, here's the current open, here's the current close. And on Quantower is just that cleaner. Also, you have the volume and delta profile, which you can have, by the way, on TradingView. Very good, but it's not as clean as this. And then you can also add another one here, which is the 30-minute, and then also on the right, you then have all of those levels, the real levels, and then you have the actual order flow. I mean, can't beat that. That is just, and Scott can tell you that. So I would say 100%. This is a cleaner. However, TradingView does a really amazing job on it. You can pretty much just use it and trade it, especially if you have a split, so you can see the complete RTH session, and then you can just come down, break it down to a 1 minute chart, and then just trade as you would in different levels. And look at that, we did bounce from that VWAP and the open, daily open, so that's nice. But yeah, Go back to the question. Definitely like Quantower best, even better than Atas, in my opinion.
Same here. And for the volume profile on TradingView, which indicator are you using for that, or do you use multiples?
So for the volume profile here, I've only got one VRVP. So I'm using this, and probably a lot of people are saying, how do you put it so that you've only got one point of control, but it's not extended? Because I probably can see the question. So the answer for that is to go and put 0 as value. Because if you put 70, you're going to have that. So if you put 0, you're going to get the 1, which is the point of control. So instead of like extending and having a horrible line across your chart like that, you don't need that. You can just have the point of control. So it's clean. There you go. There's a little nugget from TradingView.
Beautiful. Hey, we have a couple more questions here if you think you got time, or you want to review some price action, whatever.
I'm looking, but I don't really see. I mean, we've opened the session with a move straight up here. Yeah, I mean, look, if you've all been trading NQ, and yes, you know today is not the best day. It's just been a little bit too slow. Even BTC, actually. I mean, look, BTC is stuck here. I mean, look, compare it to overnight or even yesterday. You got a lot of action, but today is just really stuck here. So there's not a lot going on. Just looking at this, there you go. So still on that point of control, and you all know I don't like taking trades at point of control because it's not the best. So it's still there. NQ again, yeah. Actually, NQ, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 candles now. So 4 candles inside. So 4 inside bars. Look at this. You can see it here. So you've got 1, 2, B trades below, but then you've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's coming into 4 candles now inside. So yeah, it's not the best trading environment today.
And that's okay. Sometimes it's that way, and we have to be able to roll with it, and definitely not jump into anything that's improbable or low probability.
But BTC is about to do something, so it is about to do it. It's either gonna, I mean, I would like it to see trade down here first, but we could see the high taken. We could see 95, then 92, or 92, then 95. But I'm gonna wait and be patient for one of those two levels. Yeah, and like Rico said there in the chat, we are waiting for the FOMC later. That's what it looks like, really.
Yeah, I believe so. And this is the time when you don't see those high probability moves, when you're just sort of seeing price inside of overnight action, gets a little bit lower probabilities, and the choppiness, I guess, could be increased. So careful out there. And this is an interesting question from Salman Shah. Why sometimes is delta positive but we still get a red candle, or vice versa.
So you've got delta. Let's find one. So you're saying, so why is it that you have delta is positive, but you have a red candle? Well, because, you could have a lot of, buy delta in here, but the close, let's have a look. So let's find a positive, but with a red close. Right, there's a positive one. Positive. There you go. So you've got a positive delta here. Not really. Hang on. Okay, 420. No, there all are. No, that's negative. Best to work with an example that you already have, but I'm just trying to look. So negative, positive. There you go. There's a positive one. So you have 1.846 volume. Okay, so 1.8 delta here, positive delta, yet the candle closed below. Well, that's because, shorts just pushed price lower. Even though there's little shorts, the total volume here, so you had 32 million, so you had actually quite a lot of volume here. So 32 million, the CVD, yeah, okay, that was the open, right? Yeah, that was the open. So that's probably not the best example. A lot of stuff happen in these candles. Look at that. So a lot of things happen here, and then the next one, 1.8, there you go. So that's the one. So 17 million on that one. So yeah, you have about 4 million there. So CVD up. So you had a lot of absorption there. Okay, so you had a lot of limits, which you can't see there, holding price. So all of that positive delta was being eaten there, and then price comes down. So yeah, it's possible, as you can see there.
And this goes back to one of the main things that we're teaching at CC.
Yeah, so it's still trying to push for that view up, but it's just spent 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the whole session, basically. The whole session, we are within this tiny range. So, yeah, it's coming to an end. But yeah, go on.
Just going to say, it's very important to remember that every market order in BTC or in futures, it fills a limit order. So there's always two sides of the market. If you buy, someone else is selling. If you sell, someone else has bought. And so it's very important to remember that. And sometimes we can see the delta sort of go out of range. So we see a negative candle, but you see positive delta. Well, that could mean there was a bigger player there absorbing those market sells, or excuse me, those market buys in a limit order short. And so price has continued down based on the fact that there was more short limit orders than there were buy market orders. So you see those buy market orders reflected in the delta. However, price still continued down. And that's a really good question, because that's an actual sign. That's a potential sign that price would like to move lower, or the bigger players, the bigger hands in the market would like price to move lower. Whereas the retail traders or the people who are market ordering are not able to push price up the way they want it to go. So yeah, very good question there.
Yeah, like here. So you've got 3.5 mil currently on this candle. Open interest is up, so it's positive. So, traders are really trying to push. They have now taken 3 million from that cumulative volume delta since the session opened. So at this candle here was 24 negative. Now it's 20 because 3 is positive on this current candle thus far. The total volume is 7, so there's a net difference of 4. Okay, so you've got open interest up, yet price is still here. You can see CVD is upticking, but yet price is here. So all of that 3.5, there's always going to be those shorts that are here on the other side, just suppressing that price down. The more buys in here, you can see the more buys there. And if price goes nowhere, you know that this here is going to have, you can see it here, it's going to have those limits absorbing that price. And the other day was amazing. We've got the best example, and you can just scroll back, and I wish I could just go and fetch it, but you can see these big orders, and like right now it's like small fish. We're talking about like 1 mil and stuff. But the other day we had 32, 5 mil. It was just incredible to see, and you could see those orders, like price was actually stopping on those orders, and you could see here on a tape all of that buy, yet price was just there, like for minutes, just eating all of those shorts, limit shorts that were just there on the books waiting to be filled. And it was just up against it, like for a long time. So you could see those orders, and that's the real kind of like liquidity effect that you can see by having a footprint or a DSF or whatnot. DOM surface. So and that would be called absorption. So you can see that on the CVD. So price is trying, like those longs are coming in, but there's sellers just sat there saying, let me fill my order first, and then you can go through. Okay.
And I noticed one other really great question here, and it's for me, but I think Igor, you might be able to offer some great insights as well. This question is from Woodchopper, who we're actually very, very excited to have on as a guest. And Woodchopper is an amazing person, a really great trader, and someone who I personally look up to. And his question is, Scott, having made the transition from corporate environment to full-time trading, how do you fill your time in between trade setups appearing? I feel institutionalized in my corporate schedule. I completely understand that. I was actually in the corporate world for about 5 years. I was in the insurance industry, in the risk management space, and I had emails every day and meetings and client setups and everything going on. So it was a bit of a transition. When I first started trading, I actually made that schedule for myself to be about learning, right? So it was about, I'm going to do modules in the AM, a little bit of price observation in the PM, and then in the evening, going to review my notes and study my homework for that night. And then after I made it all the way through all the modules and all of the learning material, that was when I thought, okay, I think I'm ready to potentially go full-time trading. And I talked about a little bit of this in Dubai. I probably jumped off a little bit too early. I had a nice little runway of savings and everything, but I would have probably given myself another 6 months or a year to actually practice trading first, which I highly recommend. And I, for some reason, thought I was just good enough to go. And I learned the hard way that you actually have to learn the art of trading before you jump full-time. But I did take the leap. And now that I'm ingratiated into the full-time trading world, I would say that in between trading setups, what I'm doing to keep myself quote unquote busy is actually just I have a set schedule for every single day. I trade during a certain time that is from 9:30 to 11:30. So for the first 2 hours of New York, I'm sitting down, dedicated trading. And if I'm not finding any trades during that time, then I'll bookmark some time for the afternoon session, power hour, or whenever it might fit in my schedule. But one thing that's really helped me out is putting together a daily schedule. And I actually have a daily schedule here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but I've written out my daily schedule, and it's basically broken down into like 30-minute or 1 hour segments. And so in order to organize my time, I'm just blocking it. I'm just blocking my time. So I have time in the morning for trading. I have a little bit of time in the early afternoon for completing my journaling. And then I have some time set aside in the evenings for my technical analysis and forming my daily trade plan. So I've kind of made a little hybrid corporate schedule for myself. Of course, I'm my boss, right? So I have to keep myself on task. I have to keep myself in being responsible. So it's a little bit more of a challenge in that regard, but you definitely learn after a while that it's very empowering to be your own boss, to be working for yourself, to be able to set your own schedule and to be able to take time off if you need or take a day off if you don't feel like trading. And so it's really, really wonderful for me. But I will say it was a challenge first getting started. And how about you, Igor? Did you have any issues transitioning from the work world into the trading world, or how did that go for you?
Of course, yeah, I think everybody does. But now I fill my time with the thing I love doing, which is sharing back with the community. So I'm always doing stuff, and when I'm not here, I've got a busy schedule outside. So, but going back to this charts very quick, because I know we're wrapping up now, but I want to see, because this goes back to that CVD and order flow and absorption question. You can see it. It's happening right now. It's funny. I had to go down to a 5 minute, and I was just, as you were speaking, I was just marking some things here, but you can see, so open interest is increasing. Okay, so there's call this. Okay, so when you see open interest increase, that means there's more orders coming in. So grab a pile of chips or whatever and just add more. So it's being added more. It doesn't matter if it's longs or shorts. So if it's shorts, then it's more open interest. So open interest is up. So there's more chips on the table. Okay, and then you can see here, but price is failing to make a higher high. It's still stuck below that 93. So it made it high, little pullback, and then open interest back. More chips on the table, yet price is not going high. It's making a lower high. Okay, still internally, still can break, but you can see, so more longs, yet price is not going, and you can see CVD has now peaked above the previous two highs. So all of that shows is that there is limit orders here on the tape on the level 2 that are eating all of these longs. So whatever longs are coming in, like 3 million here, the whole net difference are being absorbed by limit orders, and these are visible here. So every time one of these is filled, a limit order is obviously filled. So these are markets. So here on this, you'll see markets, but obviously those markers are filling limits. Okay, so I thought I'd show you this because it's quite interesting, and it's all of this price range. So pull back again and again, and every time, and then this will obviously go through. So that's like a breakout when all of those limits are finished. So whenever these players decide, okay, well, I've got no more cash to put into this market, and then price either gets there and there's no more buyers and it just completely rejects, it's called a failed auction, or it gets there and then you've got like group number 2 which wanted to see this break out of this range and go, wow, perfect, finally we come out of this break, we go long, and then you get that breakaway. So yeah, that's it's nice to obviously look at this as it's happening. That's it.
Beautiful, lovely explanation.
Someone just say coin glass shows the opposite of the of the CVD. I've been played the whole time.
Oh no.
Oh god. Oh dear. Yeah, just look at use Atlas or Quantower or even TradingView. But yeah, you do need open interest because you get that little bit extra of data. But yeah, but once it breaks through, then you know, okay, well, now you got the other side of the coin, which is, you know, will it hold? You know, will those buyers that tried to buy all of this and got absorbed earlier, will it go through? But yeah, it's nice to see those orders still coming in. So they might, I mean, to be honest, I really want to see a short squeeze. I really do. It would just be fun to see it just go instant from here all the way back up to 97. That would be so cool. It will go quick, by the way, because you've got all of yesterday. I mean, look at it. It's ridiculous. You got all of yesterday, which was such a big increase. So yeah, look at that. From 1.3 to 1.4 bill. Yeah, they're all happy. All very happy and Larry, holding hands, singing songs. Once it claims, they're going to have to close their trades with market orders.
Yep, most likely at market. I was going to say at market orders. And that's when you get those really nice moves.
You read my thoughts. So yeah, we could go quickly up, especially when we're back testing that range on the daily, as I showed earlier, on that nice volume chart that we have on coin BTC. So volume, let's click on that. And then yeah, we have time for one more question, and then we may go.
And I think a lot of people are really interested about the DOM surface. And the question is, so what is the heat map? Are those waiting orders, or how are you viewing this DOM surface?
So these are resting orders. So right now, I mean, look, think about, like, for example, right now, the biggest pocket of liquidity on the NASDAQ is 20,900. Okay, so, and then above it, it's 21,000. So these are the two biggest levels on the chart. So typically these markets magnetize towards those big orders. So if you're like a big player and you want to fill a big order, you kind of like try and move price towards it so that you can fill that big, large order. And that currently is on 21. That is some trader is actually sat there with, let's have a look, one trader and obviously other traders. There's going to be other traders, 59 lots. Okay, and then just below we've got 30 lots at 93. So these are actually limit orders. So if you place an order there, your order will just go on and be added to the queue. So there's a queue from, on that example, from 30 down to obviously 0, and your will be 31. If you remove that order, we'll then go to 30. If you add another 5, we'll go 35, and it will always be on a queue. So when price gets there, it will start filling, 29, 28, 26, 27, all the way down. And then typically, if there's an iceberg, it will just replenish. It gets down to 10, it will add the other 80 or 90, and it'll just be sat there, boom, 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 eating. So these are just limits with a history that you can see. So however many was here, however many was there, here, and you can see that it's filled more towards the latter part. And typically when you get a big order filled, because these are quite big, I've got these really small so that I can actually see the lower lows, lower highs, but when I make it bigger, you can see that these are big orders. When you see a really big order, typically you get a little bounce for a little pullback, back up to resistance, and then another move back below. Or the other way around, if you see a big green one, etc., etc. But yeah, those are actually limit orders with the history. This is what it's interesting. It's showing you the history. For example, here, look, we filled the biggest one on the low down here. Look, that was the biggest one. You can see there. And then we went all the way to the other side to fill the bigger one above. So the market went from big pocket to a bigger pocket. I hope you can see that there. I mean, we could filter this a little bit more by going 50 and then 80. No, that's too much. 50. It's not a very liquid market. Let's go to 15. There you go. So perhaps you can see it now. So it went from this, filled a few down here, but to the bigger one. Let's see now. So from the bigger one, just a few ticks below, $140. And then the next big one will be just above the highs here at, well, look at that, 60 again. So we're back at 60 from earlier. So I haven't missed much. But I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the market will, and this is really great on ES, but the annoying thing on ES for the past, I think 6 months, these orders have been above and below price for really, I think 6 months now, isn't it? And what this does is that during the RTH session, this will be turned on at 1 p.m. UK time. This will always come above and below price, and it's just always following. It's just algorithms, just following price. But what it does is it kind of like makes this level 2 look a bit weird because it's counting those orders as well. So you don't actually see the good liquidity above and below. So sometimes you do have to enable this to just see, okay, where's the next liquidity? Well, clearly 10s, it's nice. Right now 21s. And then you have the 40s, 30s, 38s. So when we do break out, look at that. So the market is seeking that 30. So 30s will probably come to play later. So if we go back to our plan, we have 27. So I actually have 27 as my upper target. We're currently still trying to flip that 21. So 21. So yeah, I would say 30 and 28s, that next level will come into play. And especially when you look here and you can see, well, the market is trying to eat all of this liquidity. And look, exactly what we were saying. Look at this. So it came once and swallowed up how many lots? Let's have a look. 111. And again, boom, another attempt. And now it filled, look at this, order broken down with 967, quite a few. So a little pullback to the next level. We could see 22. Gets to 22 and then back up to that 30. So 30 is what the market is trying to work with. So that's how I see it. Perhaps a long, a long answer, but that's how I see it. But yeah, that's how you look at this, or I look at it.
Yeah, no, completely agreed, and great answer. And also, if, in my opinion, if ES gets going today and reaches for a new all-time high, I think that will induce a short squeeze here on BTC, and it's already potentially getting going. BTC back at 93.8, so moving a little bit already, and so it's interesting to see if we get that.
It would be nice to see. I'd love to see it, honestly. It would be so cool. It would be so cool. Because I know, I mean, yesterday I was the whole day I was like, and I did wrote on my channel. I said the bears are too keen down here, yet price is not moving down. Spent the whole day down there. We were like 200 mil shorts. You can see the volume, yet price was still at 95, and I was like, okay, wink, wink. Trap him
and
squeeze him.
Really quickly before we go, do you think you could just show my screen for a second?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Currently, I've got you on right now.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to let you all know that we do have our Black Friday sale going on at the moment. You can check that out over at chartchampions.com/plans. Couple other things going on. We do have a TikTok giveaway coming up, and that is going to be tomorrow. And we will pick from one of the comments here on TikTok. So if you're not following us on TikTok, it's at Chart Champions Official, and just make a comment on this post here with the giveaway sign, and we will do a little spin and pick a winner for tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's all of the announcements. Do you have anything else, Igor?
Brilliant. Yeah, I just wrote Capricorn just says silly balls. Oh man. Silly bears, he said. Silly bears, silly balls. Yeah, now I was just going to say something here. For the person earlier who said he doesn't really look at the opens, well, on ES, again, you came up to it and you reject, and I'll show you here. Look at that previous RTH open. It's really amazing to see how, I mean, talk about precision. That was the absolute high to the tick. So the market is just trying to flip that level. And remember, those are above the 27. So you've got a lot of liquidity just resting here. So it's tried once, like filled some, it's tried again. So eventually those sellers are no longer there, which you can see them. Some of them have gone because they were filled. So now to go through, it's going to be less resistance. And the next level will be the 30. So that's why you get those breakouts. So that's the initial balance high. Once you start trading above that, that's nice, but then you want to see it hold, and you want to see it hold on the way back down. So break above it, come back down and hold that initial balance, which will be 27. Then you can work with much higher levels. But for now, it's still resistance. We need to break, back test, and then go. That would be the best trade. So I'm going to remain patient. You can go with a break, but 3 minutes left. Maybe wait for a pullback down to 23. So 23 below the low, and then push through that initial balance high. That would be the best trade. And that's it from my side. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure having, spending time here with you guys. And I will see you again on Wednesday and on Friday. And for myself, that's it. Scott, your side?
I just want to echo the same. Really appreciate you all being here, spending your time with us. It really means a lot. And your questions are amazing, and they're insightful, and they're helping us by helping us teach and learn by teaching. So really, really appreciate you all for being here. We will be here again tomorrow and on Thursday and on Friday, or not on Thursday, excuse me. Not on Thursday this week because of the holiday, but we will be back on Friday. So with that, I just wanted to say, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. We will see you very soon, and stay safe out there.
We did come down to 23 exactly just now. Look at that. I was waiting but I didn't take the long. It was too quick. But look, there you go. And now it's going to go and take the high. That's so funny. It's like the market makers are listening to us.
Yeah.
That's funny.
They're watching.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. Have a good day. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.